In a secluded monastery tucked away in the high, mist-covered mountains, there lived a monk named Kaito, who was known for his absolute, unshakable stillness. While other monks struggled with the insults of travelers or the frustrations of daily chores, Kaito moved through the world as if he were walking through a dream. One day, a young man named Ren, whose heart was a storm of resentment and her trigger temper, climbed the 1,000 steps to find him. Ren was exhausted by his own rage. He was bothered by the opinions of his neighbors, the arrogance of his boss, and the disrespect of strangers. He fell at Kaito's feet and begged to know the secret of how to never be bothered again. Kaito looked at him with eyes that seemed to reflect the entire sky and told him that he was angry because he was carrying too many gifts that didn't belong to him. The logic of Kaito's peace was simple yet brutal. He told Ren that if someone comes to you with a gift and you do not accept it, the gift still belongs to the person who brought it. Anger, insults, and toxicity are exactly the same. When someone screams at you or treats you with coldness, they are offering you a gift of their own internal poison. If you get angry, you have reached out your hands and taken that poison into your own blood. But if you remain still, the poison stays in their hands, and they are the ones who must live with the burning. Ren realized that for his entire life, he had been a collector of other people's trash. He had been letting the lowest people in his life dictate his highest emotions. Kaito took Ren to a nearby lake that was perfectly still. He told him that a person's mind should be like the surface of this water. When a person throws a stone of insult into the lake, the water ripples for a moment. But the lake remains the lake. The stone sinks to the bottom and becomes part of the landscape, forgotten and powerless. But most people, Kaito explained, try to fight the stone. They splash and scream and turn their clear water into mud, trying to push the stone back. In doing so, they lose their clarity and their peace, while the stone remains exactly what it is, just a dead piece of rock. The solution is not to be a wall that the stone hits, but to be the water that the stone sinks through. The motivation of this realization is the understanding that your peace is your only true property. When you allow someone to make you angry, you are giving them free rent inside your head. You are letting them control your heart rate, your blood pressure, and your evening. You are essentially becoming their slave. Kaito taught Ren that the ultimate vibe shift is the transition from being a reactor to being a creator. A reactor waits to see how the world treats them before deciding how to feel. A creator decides how they will feel and lets the world try to catch up. Ren spent months practicing the empty boat philosophy. Kaito told him a story of a man crossing a river in a boat on a foggy night. Suddenly, another boat hits his. The man begins to scream and curse at the other rower for being so careless. But when the fog clears, he sees that the other boat is empty. It had just drifted loose. Immediately, his anger vanishes. Why? Because there is no self to blame. Kaito explained that every person who bothers you is just an empty boat drifting in the fog of their own ignorance and pain. They aren't doing it to you. They are just drifting. When you realize that everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about, their insults stop feeling like arrows and start feeling like rain. You don't get angry at the rain for being wet. You just open your umbrella and keep walking. The story ends with Ren returning to the city, but he was no longer the man who had left. When his boss screamed, Ren saw an empty boat. When his neighbor insulted him, he saw a gift he refused to accept. He realized that being unbothered is the highest form of power because it means you are no longer for sale. No one can buy your peace with a bribe, and no one can steal it with a threat. The barrier to your happiness was never the people around you. It was your own hand reaching out to grab the fire they were throwing. The lesson for you today is that the world will never stop being loud, and people will never stop being difficult. The solution is not to change the world, but to change the frequency of your own soul. You are a vast ocean, and the opinions of others are just small pebbles. Let them sink. Stay clear, stay deep, and stay still. The vibe shift is the moment you realize that your silence is more powerful than their noise, and your peace is more valuable than their drama. Ever feel like you're on a roller coaster you can't get off? The world throws so much at us. Criticism, setbacks, unexpected chaos. It's easy to get caught up in the storm, letting every little thing knock you off balance. But what if I told you the secret to a calm, unshakable mind isn't about controlling the world outside? It's about mastering the world inside. Think about it. You can't stop the rain from falling, but you can grab an umbrella. In the same way, you can't stop people from saying what they want, or prevent every problem from happening, but you absolutely have the power to choose your reaction. That's your superpower. When someone criticizes you, your first instinct might be to get defensive or angry. But take a breath. Ask yourself, is there a grain of truth here I can learn from? If not, why am I giving this person's negativity free rent in my head? This isn't about being passive or letting people walk all over you. It's about being strategic with your energy. Your energy is a precious resource. Are you going to spend it reacting to every comment, every bump in the road, or are you going to invest it in yourself? Imagine your mind is a garden. Every time you react with anger, frustration, or despair, you're planting weeds. But when you choose to respond with calm, understanding, or even just indifference to things that don't matter, you're planting flowers. You're cultivating peace. The real game changer is shifting your focus from reacting to creating. Instead of worrying about what others think, focus on who you want to become. Read that book, learn that skill. Take that walk. Every small step you take towards self-improvement builds a fortress of inner strength. The more you build yourself up, the less external noise can tear you down. The world outside becomes less of a threat and more of a playground. Someone's opinion of you doesn't have to become your reality. A setback doesn't have to be a dead end. It can be a detour to a better path. It all comes down to the story you tell yourself. Are you a victim of circumstances, or are you the author of your own life? True peace isn't the absence of problems. It's the ability to handle them without losing your cool. It's knowing that no matter what happens, you've got this. You are resilient. You are in control, not of the world, but of yourself. And that is where all true power lies. Start today. The next time you feel that surge of frustration, pause, breathe, and choose a response that serves your peace, not your pain. Build your inner world so beautifully that the chaos outside can't touch you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more content to help you on your journey. Your time is coming. Keep believing. Keep fighting. Don't just watch. Go out and prove them wrong. Thank you for being part of the journey. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.